Yeah, for some reason the PDF viewer understands.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tillmann. I'm a postdoc in Los Alamos at the Center for Nonlinear Studies. I'm fairly new to JuMP and Julia, but I'm developing with Carton a new package, which I'm gonna introduce in this short slides. I promise I take 10 minutes maybe. So the problem I'm looking at is a bit complicated, but it all starts with LP. So everyone knows LP, right? Yes. So LP, what do you have? You have some real variables, and you have linear objective function in the variables, and you have linear constraints on this variable. And the problem I want to look at is called JMP, generalized moment problem. And the major change to LP is that now your variables are measures. So finite, positive Borel measures, which are supported on some basic semi-algebraic sets. Basic semi-algebraic sets are sets that are defined by polynomial inequalities. You know them from sums of squares. Yeah, so you have measure variables, and then of course your linear function of the measure becomes something different. What we actually look at is these integrals with respect to your measure, and what is given is actually the function you integrate over. For my purpose, the functions have to be polynomials. And last change to the LP is you have infinitely many constraints, but countable. So that's maybe a bit complicated problem, but it's really great because it has a huge modeling power. There are books written about which problems you can formulate as a JMP. So easiest example, and probably most known, is the global optimization. I'm not saying global optimization is easy. I say it's an easy formulation of the generalized moment problem. And basically what you do is, instead of searching for points that minimize your function, you search for integrals of your function. So you integrate your function with respect to a measure, and you search for the measure which is minimizing this function. And it turns out that the optimal measure will be the measure which is concentrated in the minimizing point here. And if there are several points, the measure can be concentrated in several points. That makes the problem linear. So this is an easy problem. The problems I'm interested in look more like that. Don't need to understand what is written there. Just saying I have several measures, I have more complicated constraints. And this problem is actually solving this partial differential equation. So this is far away from optimization now, but still we can solve an optimization problem to find a solution to our original problem. I want to say here, so before I relaxed a point to a measure, now I relax a function to a measure. But it's always the same idea. You have something, some object, and your problem is nonlinear in this object. And the idea is you relax your object to a measure, and then you have linear constraints on your measure. So this is our linear stuff. So why is the generalized moment problem great? First of all, it can model things, and second, you can solve it. That's a huge advantage. So if we go back to polynomial optimization, which is very easy, then it's a linear problem. So you have a dual problem to it, and the dual problem here looks like that. So dual cone of measures, say it's a continuous function. Actually, it's the other way around. But okay, so this is the dual. So you want to maximize some parameter lambda, such that f minus lambda is non-negative, the non-negative function. Okay. It's very intuitive. You think of your nonlinear function. You want to push a lower bound from below. And here now, f is a polynomial, so f minus lambda is polynomial. So what can we do? We can use certificate sets from real algebraic geometry. For example, some of squares for JL, but there are other certificates. And the good thing with this is these certificate sets are in front of it computable by LP, SOCP, SDP. Where are you? Yeah, projected SDP. So yeah, so this is computable. So here in this case, you could say, well, why should you formulate this problem? You could just solve this problem. But if you go to my partial differential equation example, you might really want to formulate it on the moment side, and then let some package, some Julia package, do all the rest and give you the SDP or whatever formulation of it. So that's the basic idea of the package. So I want to be able to model generalized moment problems in Julia. So far, I only know that of GlockDPoly, which is a MATLAB package to model generalized moment problem, and it's pretty static. So it's very difficult to change things. And what I'm aiming for with this this package is that I can easily change the certificate sets. So from some of squares going to other cones. I want to be able to exploit structure of the problem, like symmetry and sparsity. These are all methods that exist, but they cannot be implemented in the existing packages. And yeah, something very native to JuMP, switch between different solvers and stuff. Yeah, I have a prototype available, and I'm very happy if someone wants to join the group to work on moments. That's it.
So using the moment sum of squares code, that gives you a relaxation model.
Yep.
Are there any other codes that give you a sufficient sort of condition, like give you a feasible solution, like some other weird code?
I mean, the sum of squares gives you a feasible solution in the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are other relaxations, like LP. Yeah. So it just turns out that the SDP relaxation is kind of the best one so far.
With figure problems with the PDEs, how high do you have to go up the hierarchy in practice?
So there we went to degree 12. So pretty low, actually pretty low. Fun?
You gave me feasible solution.
Yeah.
But if you say like the shape of your measure is a polynomial, then can you use sum of square to get your measures?
What do you mean by shape of the measure?
Like if you look at the density of the measure over the space, it can be like constant, or you can have some shape.
Oh, yeah.
And you say the shape is a polynomial that can use sum of squares to get the measure.
Yeah, this exists. So you would compute a sum of square density.